Hello, my name is YELİZ. Today I am going to talk about one of the most famous book, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. So this is the book, and also there is a movie. So the story of Frankenstein was based on the story of Victor Frankenstein, who is a very talented and he was a very talented scientist, and he was obsessed with immortality and bringing life to someone. So he tries for many times to bring someone to life. After that, he creates a creature, but his creature wasn't like the way he thinks he would be, but rather a very hideous and scary creature. So the whole society rejects him. Also, Victor Frankenstein rejects him. And after that, the creature takes his revenge from Victor Frankenstein through murder and terror. Now I'm going to talk about the author of Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley was born in London in 1797, and his father was William Godwin, who is a philosopher and famous writer, and famous with his political views. And his mother was Mary Wollstonecraft, and who was one of the most prominent women's advocates of that era. But her mother dies after giving birth to Mary in a very short time, and the author was raised by her father, William Godwin. Mary spends most of her childhood by reading books, and one day Mary fell in love with the romantic poet Percy Shelley in 1814, and they traveled Europe, and with her also stepsister Claire Claremont, and they got married in 1816, in the year without a summer. And during their visit to Switzerland in 1816, they held a competition with the suggestion of Lord Byron, and at first Mary wouldn't think anything, but after she sees a dream, and she gets affected from her dream and starts writing his story, and she wins the ghost competition story. She wins. 18 years old, Mary starts writing Frankenstein after that, and in 1818 her novel was published, and it was considered the first science fiction novel. And also we see that Mary was influenced by the work of alchemist Johann Conrad Dippel, who was born in Frankenstein Castle in Germany in 17th century. And also we see that Mary Shelley explicitly refers to the Paradise Lost by John Milton in our novel. So we see these inspirations. Now I am going to talk about the summary of Frankenstein. Victor Frankenstein was a medical student who tries to find the immortality and to put an end to all of diseases. So he does experiments many times to discover the secret of life, and after that he collects some body parts from the grave, and he collects this, and he creates a creature, but he creates a very giant creature. He efforts from him, and after the creature opens his eyes, Victor Frankenstein efforts from him and runs away. The creature doesn't understand why everyone efforts from him. Despite from his appearance, he has a very good heart. He doesn't think of any bad things, but he feels, after that he feels very lonely. Especially he starts watching a family, and they were very lovely to each other, and he gets very angry. He talks with his father, Victor Frankenstein, and asks him to give life another creature, to want him create a wife for him. And Victor Frankenstein faced from the consequences of creating a creature. First of all, he says that I will, but he doesn't kept his promise, and the creature gets very angry and starts taking revenge from him and his family. And first of all, he kills his youngest brother from Victor Frankenstein. After that, he kills his lover, Elizabeth. When Victor Frankenstein married with Elizabeth, after their wedding, the creature comes and kills Elizabeth. And Victor Frankenstein gets very sorry, and he goes to the North Pole, and he was very exhausted, and tells about his story to Captain Walton, and then he dies, and his creature comes and cries over his dead body, and his creature says that how he was regretful what he has done, and he then jumps on floating piece of ice and disappears into the dark. And that was the summary. Thank you for watching and listening me. Bye bye.